Hey there, Elder Statesman back here again with another deck tech. I've got another Rhythm of the Wild deck. This one is called Kicking and Screaming. It's a kicker-based Rhythm of the Wild deck. Now, I've been wanting to make a kicker-based deck before, but it didn't quite have enough of the cards that I needed to really make it worthwhile. The idea behind the kicker deck is you play more early drops than you normally would, more extra like 2 drops and 4 drops. But because they're kicker, when you draw them in the late game, it isn't as big of a drawback. They turn into bigger drops. Best example here, Untamed Kavu. It's a decent 2-drop. If you're playing an aggressive deck, you need to get a blocker out, trade with something. It's great. When you draw it in the late game, it's a 5/5 Vigilant Trample for 5, which is a great creature for a 5-drop. So if you notice, this deck has no 5-drops. Because my 5-drops are the Untamed Kavu and this new one, the Growth Chamber Guardian. I can play that as a turn 2 play. It's actually not a bad turn 2 play. If you have nothing else to play on turn 3, you can adapt it and turn it into a 4/4 that's available to attack on turn 3 and draw a card. Or you can just play it as a 5/5 when you get to turn 5. Now, the one thing you have to worry about that I found out from playing this deck is that if they kill the Growth Chamber Guardian after you've activated the adaptability but before it's resolved, you don't get to draw another Growth Chamber Guardian out of your deck because the tokens never actually get put on the Guardian. So something to keep in mind. You might not want to immediately put the counters on. Maybe save it to put it on in response to a burn spell. I've got Hallar the Firefletcher to take advantage of all the kicker spells, and it works well with the Rhythm of the Wild. Putting a +1/+1 counter on Hallar the Firefletcher. Normally, the first time you cast a kicked spell, all it does is put a +1/+1 counter on it, and so it deals 1 damage. But if you already have it on there with the Rhythm of the Wild, that's an extra damage it's going to do. For the 4-drops, I've got these 2 kicker spells, Verix Bladewing and Territorial Allosaurus. Both can be played as a 7-drop. And then no 5s. These are my 5s right here. I have Carnage Tyrant at 6. And if I get the 7 mana, these become my 7-drops. So almost the entire deck costs 4 mana or less. But I've still got 8, 15. I've got 18 cards that I can play for 6 mana or for 5 mana or more, even though the entire deck's almost all 4-drops or less. Oh, I also have Shivan Fire as a 5-drop as well. I'm using this early to take out an early attacker. Late game, it can function as like a lava coil because it can deal the 4 damage. Take out a mid-sized creature. So, and then whereas the dinosaur deck had the Otepec Huntmaster, this one's got the Elfhame Druid. A little bit of mana acceleration to get you to your Allosaurus is on turn 3 or your Carnage Tyrant's on turn 5, but it also gives you the 2 mana for a kicker. So playing this on turn 2 lets you play an Untamed Kavu on turn 3 kicked as 5/5. So I have high hopes for this one. I played it a little bit. It was doing pretty good. But we're going to try it out in the ranked ladder and see how it does against some better competition. Yeah, the nice thing about this deck is you're not going to end up with situations where you do nothing but play an enchantment on turn 3. You don't actually get anything on the board that impacts it until turn 4. Now, if the top card of my deck is untapped green mana, this hand becomes great. This is turn 2 Rhythm, turn 3 Verix Bladewing, but I can't guarantee that. So we're going to have to mulligan here. Much better. Keep that. Ooh, there we go, Elfhame Druid. I like that. Turn 2 Druid, turn 3 Kavu. Ooh, he went for me, not the elf. Okay. I'm gonna play this a little differently. I could get in for point of damage with the elf, but I think it's better off to leave the red man up in case he plays something I need to kill, because I won't have the mana to be able to use the Shivan Fire next turn. Or will I? 1, 2... You know, I won't. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, I will have it next turn. Well, darn it. I should have attacked with the elf. That's okay. Really not sure if I feel like I should be letting him draw. No, I'll take the damage on this first one here. So there's a turn 3 5/5 Vigilance Trample. So now any 2-drops I draw are going to be large creatures, going to be 5/5s and 4/4s. Because now I have the mana, I've gotten past the early turns. I also, if I had another red, I'd have enough mana to kick a Verix. I do have enough mana to kick a... Okay, this one I gotta let him draw. Going for me, okay. Oh man, I don't have the blue mana, or the red mana. Cast this Verix. The Rhythm of the Wild will help. The haste allows me to potentially, if I draw like a red source, I can attack with the Verix with haste. That needs to die. It's 7. Okay, I can let him have that. Gotta let it have that. Wow. Might be too little too late. I think he's got enough burn in his hand to finish me off. I needed that red mana just a little bit sooner to get that Verix out. If I'd have gotten the Verix out last turn, or the turn before, this would have been a different game, I think. Yeah, he's got the Sovereign's Bite. I had not played against this deck yet, but it got a lot of good cards from the new set. It's pretty tough. And, wow, it is snowing big fat flakes right now outside my window, and I do not like that. Okay. Jump into game number 2. Ooh, okay. I like this. We're going to keep potential turn 2 Rhythm of the Wild. I just need to draw into some stuff. Is he going to kill it? He is not. I feel like that's a mistake. This card is very interesting. I didn't read it properly the first time I read it. I didn't realize that the cards that you drew, you had until the end of your next turn to play. Okay, a little late for that. I don't want to do the second Rhythm of the Wild before I play the Hallar. Now, the nice thing is I can play this with haste. Get that out right away. Against the red deck, being able to make your creatures 4 toughness or higher is going to be pretty strong. And then also being able to give him haste and +1/+1. Although this guy I didn't give 2 +1/+1 characters. Okay. So if I need to, I've got the Shivan Fire to take out this Lava Runner. I would prefer to wait till I can kick the Shivan Fire, but And now what? Shock? Wizard's Lightning. Wow, I made a mistake. So when he cast that Lightning Strike, I should have... Well, no, I couldn't have responded because he would have still been able to do it. That's okay. This guy just soaked up 6 damage from a burn deck. He uses Shivan Fire. Take out the Lava Runner. So I think I'm going to give haste and +1. See, the advantage with this kicker deck is although I'm stuck at 4 mana, I can cast every spell in my deck except the 3 Carnage Tyrants. And with the double Rhythm of the Wild, everything's going to be at least a 4/4, if not bigger. Okay. What I'd really like to draw right now is Growth Chamber Guardian. Okay, I can't kill him this turn. I gotta leave this guy back to block. Impacts. I'm still in trouble if he draws a burn spell. I need to draw a creature ASAP. I mean, he can't have a 3 damage burn spell. Okay, what's the best one to take out? Probably this guy, because it generates extra mana. And can become a 4/4. Alright. Okay, he can block this Allosaurus, which means if I attack with everything, he blocks, Chain Roller blocks the Allosaurus, and then he attacks back and kills me. So, I gotta leave him back as a blocker. And hope he doesn't top deck a burn spell. He's thinking hard, which means he probably doesn't have a burn spell. But that's going to be good enough. I don't know why he thought so hard about that. Man. Well, I was close. Probably didn't need to draw 3 Rhythm of the Wilds, but... Well, that's basically 2 burn decks in a row. Let's see if I can play something that's maybe not a burn deck. I also wouldn't mind getting to play a Growth Chamber Guardian. The situation I was in, I could have played one for 2 mana, put multiple counters on it, which would trigger its ability, draw another one, put that into play, put multiple counters on it. Okay. I'm going to keep this. And play tapped. Okay. Blue-green, interesting. Okay. Gonna play this guy kicked. That's the better play than getting the Rhythm of the Wild out right now. Okay. We'll do this. Uncounterable. Okay, so this could be the Time Walk deck. So what's the best way to do this? So I drop him to 13. I can play 2 of these guys out as 3/3s. That would only give me 11. I could play one as a 3/3 and one as a 2/2, which allows me to hit for 7, drops him to 11, and then next turn adapt it, or play Territorial Allosaurus, which hits it. The other thing is just play the Allosaurus right now, give it ace hidden for 10. That's probably the better play. We'll do that. East. Okay, so does he have the fog? Yep. I'm gonna play this guy. Without, because I can adapt it to a 4/4 that way and draw the card. Basically, at this point, he just has to have a fog every turn. So let's see if there's anything in here that... Ooh, there is. Hallar the Firefletcher can do direct damage. That might be a way to kill him. Oh! I didn't click on the growth chamber card. Well, darn it. I was going to try to draw them all out of my deck to increase the chance I get a Hallar. Okay. Not going to bother playing out any creatures. I don't want to play into anything here. Like a sell the wreckage. Or a Wrath God. I mean, I've got haste, so I can still hit him for a lot. He's digging for that fog. Okay. That's a good addition to this deck. But he has to have the right fog, because some of these cost 3, don't they? Yeah, Pause for Reflection costs 3, so he's got to have the 2 casting cost 1. Okay. See what he's gone through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gone through half of them. If I can get a Firefletcher, I've got enough kicked stuff here that I could kill him with direct damage. We're going to pull the Growth Chamber Guardians out. Oops. Got a Nexus of Fate. He's down to 6. Hallar comes in with a +1/+1 counter, which means the first kick spell will end up dealing 2 damage. The next does 3. So I'd still have to cast 3 kick spells. I think he's pretty much got me here. Yeah, we're gonna concede he's got enough cards out of his deck. And I can't finish him in 1 turn. I'm going to play one more because I want to get a win with this deck. I've been close. Okay, that's a keeper. Another burn deck. I think Breath of the Wild. That lets me play out a 3/3 and a 4/4 next turn as blockers. So now I can just start playing out 4/4s, because next turn I can kick the Verix Bladewing. Turn after that, I could do... I'd be able to play out this is a 4/4. Expending a lot of resources. Wow. That deck is fast. Okay, what's the best way to do this? Okay, gotta kick the Bladewing. Okay, I think I just wanted to get a couple more out of the deck here. I don't have to worry about making it a 4/4. If he can deal 3 damage to the creature, he can just kill my, just point it right in my face. This guy we will give haste. Because then we can adapt him to make him a 4/4. Since I don't have anybody left to search for. And we're going to make this guy a 2/2. Man, that's really good. Oh, he was shocked anyways. Okay, well, I think that's enough. I liked how the deck played out, but when you play Burn 3 out of 4 decks, this is not the best deck to play against Burn. And if that's how the metagame is going to be, this probably isn't the best choice for right now, but it was fun. I got to play on a lot of big creatures and stuff, so against other creature decks, I think it would probably be pretty strong. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please leave comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will be back on Friday with a draft video. So we will see you then.